Hello, my name's Francesca Gordon-Smith. I'd like to share with you 7 secrets to a successful presentation. Secret number 1. Be self-aware. I meet so many people who have very negative strategies. In the days or weeks leading up to a presentation, they may have a very negative internal dialogue running which says, I'm going to be awful, it's going to be terrible, oh my god, oh my god. Basically, they're playing to fail. Other people may even visualize themselves doing really badly. So the first thing to do is to be self-aware, really acknowledge what you do leading up to a presentation, and then work on being more positive. And there'll be more blogs and more videos coming which will show you techniques of how to become more positive. Secret number 2 is all about being passionate. Be passionate about your topic. Choose something you're passionate about. People often ask me, what do I do if I'm talking about work or a dry topic? I work in finance, they might say. If you're passionate about it, it will become enjoyable for your audience. So perhaps it may mean changing jobs for some. I've met a lot of people who are very passionate about subjects of which I have no interest in whatsoever, but their passion is infectious and it makes a massive impact. And it's all about making an impact, isn't it? Secret number 3. Start with your objective in mind. The whole way running through your presentation, your objective should be really clear. Perhaps you want to persuade your audience over to your way of thinking. Perhaps you want to inspire them to be better people. Whatever your objective is, start with this in mind and make sure you have clear signposts running throughout your presentation based upon this objective. It makes it easier for your audience to follow and more enjoyable. And when it's easier to follow and more enjoyable, you keep them in the room and they're not distracted by all those 15,000 thoughts that we have every day. Secret number 4. Your actual presentation, planning aside, your actual presentation needs to begin with a bang. And you can do this by asking a rhetorical question, using a quote or a statistic, shock them, draw them in. Secret number 5. Focus on your audience. Imagine that each one has a sign on their forehead saying, make me feel important. Ask some questions. Pick on individual members of the audience. Say, oh, I think Lucy, for instance, has a good idea. Keep them thinking. I wonder whether you feel the same as me. Perhaps you're wondering how I managed to do this. Those kind of questions. So focus on your audience. It's about them really, isn't it? It's not about you. Your presentation should be no different from a conversation, a one-to-one conversation. And in conversations we ask questions, don't we? Imagine if you were to meet someone and they were to just keep on talking. Perhaps you know people like this. If you do, consider how you feel when they do this. A presentation is no different. Secret number 6 is all about detail. The more detail you give, the more engaging it's going to be for your audience. I recently worked with a guy who was preparing for a best man speech, and towards the end he came along with his speech, and one of the things I loved was his use of metaphor and similes. He talked about the groom running up to the car, jumping on top of it like a bouncy castle. Another lovely one was he ran like a greyhound. And these things are nice because they're easy to visualize. So we're using all the senses here. Secret number 7. Finish with a bang. Just as you started with a bang, you need to finish with a bang. To leave that final message with your audience, you want to go away really thinking about what your message was about, really considering everything. With my primary school children that I teach, I often just encourage them to use a rhetorical question, a future-paced rhetorical question, because that really works very well. I wonder whether anyone here will employ my 7 secrets to a successful presentation in the future. What a great way to end.